It's time for Jet football as the New York Jets host the Jacksonville Jaguars in the second game of a two-game homestand. Looking to bounce back from the opening game where they were unable to beat the Miami Dolphins despite playing a close game and actually arguably outplaying them for most of the way. This comes after a loss to the Oakland Raiders, which followed a win to open the season against the Buffalo Bills. Despite that, the Jets are in a decent situation and one they need to capitalize on, as their next couple games are going to be games that I would consider very winnable. They're going to be facing the Jacksonville Jaguars this week before heading to Cleveland next week to take on the Browns. Two very winnable games on their schedule. And after that, they have a very tough rest of the way as they will be facing off against many really good teams for the rest of the year. They'll be taking on the Patriots, the Falcons, the Bucks, Panthers, Chiefs, Broncos, Saints, and Chargers all on the rest of their schedule, in addition to their normal divisional games against the Patriots, Dolphins, and Bills. Blake Bortles takes the field for the Jacksonville Jaguars, having an okay start to the season. 60% completion percentage, 870 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. A solid start to the year. Nothing spectacular, but definitely above replacement level in Jacksonville. Coming into this game at 1-2 is looking to capitalize on an opportunity, much like the Jets are. Chris Ivory, the former Jet, takes this one to the left side, and he is going to pick up 2 yards. And let's take a look at Jacksonville's offense. And the first thing you always think about when you think about Jacksonville's offensive line is Brandon Linder, one of the best centers in the league. Rookie tackle Cam Robinson trying to make his way in the NFL. Solid starters overall. And of course, the position players, Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns flanking wide, Chris Ivory in the backfield, Ladarius Green at tight end. Very good group, maybe one of the best in the league. Hopefully Blake Bortles can take advantage. Chris Ivory going up the middle, and he is stopped by Demario Davis. And we'll take a look at the Jets' defense really quick, as not a whole lot has changed since the last time you saw this group, but it is still a great group nonetheless. Mike Quinnell in the middle of Leonard Williams and Muhammad Wilkerson, former All-Pros. And then in the linebacking core, you got Demario Davis and Darren Lee. Sheldon Richardson coming off the edge, along with Jordan Jenkins filling in for the injured Lorenzo Molden. And then at safety, you have the 2 rookies, Jamal Adams and Marcus May, who have performed very well up to this point in the season. Hopefully they can continue to grow. 3rd down and 6 now. Bortles in the shotgun, dropping back, and he is feeling the pressure, tries to backpedal, and he is taken down by Muhammad Wilkerson. And that is going to be a 4th down and 19, and there's no chance of them going for that one. So this is going to be punted away by Brad Nortman, the former Panther. Elijah McGuire back to return this one, gets a couple blocks, sheds off a tackler, gets another block, and finds some open space, running across midfield, a spin move, and he is taken down by a crowd of Jaguars at the 35-yard line in Jaguar territory. That's going to bring out the quarterback, Josh McCown, who's had a rough start to the season. Very up and down so far. 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a 60% completion percentage, which is solid. 858 yards in just 3 games. Very respectable, but not the greatest in terms of not turning the ball over. Matt Forte is going to take this one up the middle, not getting much on that play. Let's take a look at the Jets' offense, as the offensive line has struggled so far on the season, giving up plenty of pressure and plenty of sacks, and not giving Josh McCown a whole lot of time to operate. The position players, still very strong. Robbie Anderson showing a lot of growth in year 2. Ardarius Store having a great rookie campaign. Matt Forte and Bilal Powell in the backfield, getting the job done, I suppose. Jordan Leggett is going to catch this one on the run from Josh McCown. 13-yard pickup for the rookie tight end out of Clemson. And now down at the 24-yard line, Josh McCown handing this one off to Matt Forte, and he is going to be down after a 4-yard pickup. We'll take a quick look at the Jags defense. One of the top defenses in the league, if I do say so myself. A lot of time and money was invested into this offensive line. Big free agent signings, Malik Jackson and Calais Campbell. Miles Jack and Telvin Smith, 2 great draft picks in the linebacking core. And then a pretty much all free agent secondary, A.J. Boye, Deshaun Gibson, and Barry Church, along with the number 5 overall pick from the previous draft, Jalen Ramsey, hoping to show a lot of improvement in his second year after having a great stretch to end the season. This one going to Ardarius Store over the middle. He caught it, looked like, but it was wrestled out at the last second, and there's a flag on the play. And this one is going to be headed back to the 30-yard line, as Calvin Beachum is guilty of the hold on that one, and it will set the Jets offense back a little bit. Bilal Powell in the backfield now, 3rd down and 17 after a failed 2nd down. And this is going to be a play-action fake. Quick pressure coming, screen to Ardarius Store, and he's actually going to lose a yard right there. And so the Jets are going to open this game in scoring. Unfortunately, is going to be just a field goal. Jacksonville takes the field once again. Draw to Chris Ivory, and a great play by Darren Lee right there. He looked very undersized compared to Chris Ivory. And the reason you're seeing so much of Mr. Ivory is because the rookie number 4 overall pick, Leonard Fournette, is hurt. He has a fractured toe. Was not exactly lighting the league on fire during his time, but we hope for a quick recovery. From the 28 now, Bortles dropping back, time in the pocket, going over the middle with a floater to Allen Hurns. A beautiful throw. 24 yards are picked up right there, and that gets the Jaguars to about midfield. Under center, Blake Bortles lining up with Ivory in the backfield, and it is going to be a handoff, and he is met at the line by Mike Pennell, among others. You see a sea of green right there, and that's going to make it a 2nd down and 6 situation. 3rd down and 6 now after a failed 2nd down. Bortles in the shotgun, faking the handoff, plenty of time in the pocket, and going over the middle, tough grab by Marquise Lee. The forgotten receiver of this core was actually taken in the same draft as Allen Robinson and thought to be a better player. Hasn't put it all together in the NFL yet, but hoping to build on a solid campaign in 2016. Handoff now to Chris Ivory, and that's going to be a decent pickup. Jamal Adams comes over at the last second to tackle him down. 2nd down and 4 now inside the red zone. Bortles dropping back. Time in the pocket, going right side, and that is wildly inaccurate. Trying to go for the tight end, Ladarius Green, and it is going to make it a 3rd down and 4 situation. From the shotgun now, Ivory in the backfield once again, going out to the left, and Ladarius Green tiptoes that one, stays in bounds, picks up about 11 on the play, and the former Charger and Steeler is trying to finally secure himself a roster spot and a starting spot in the NFL. Blake Bortles trying to set up screen, and that one is tipped. Beautifully played by Muhammad Wilkerson, dropping back in coverage right there, noticing that the screen was coming. 2nd down and goal now from the 9-yard line, and this is going to be a handoff, and plenty of room for Chris Ivory. He is met very quickly by the linebacker Bruce Carter, though, and he's taken down at the 2-yard line. 3rd down and goal, final shot for Jacksonville, and this is going to be a draw to Chris Ivory, making his way through the hole and just escaped the tackle of Mike Pennell. That is going to be a touchdown, and that is going to put Jacksonville up by a score of 7-3. 1st down and 10 now as the Jets get the ball back after the Jacksonville score. Josh McCown going left with a lob, and Robbie Anderson dives for this one, picking up about 30 yards right there. A big play for the Jets. Not seeing a whole lot of those so far. Lining up in shotgun now. Matt Forte is going to get this draw up the middle, and he is dragging Malik Jackson with him, but ends up picking up 8 yards on that play. Now an ace look for the Jets from the 35, drawing this one right up the middle to Bilal Powell, and he is immediately met by the former Cardinal, Calais Campbell, playing defensive end now instead of on the interior. We'll see if this experiment works. Miles Jack also gets credit for the tackle right there. Now Elijah McGuire in the backfield for the Jets on 3rd down and 1, and he is going to get the carry, picks up a couple yards. Haven't seen a whole lot of him as a running back, primarily been a kick returner up to this point in the season, but gets the call there and converts. Matt Forte in the backfield now, as the Jets haven't had a running back on the field for more than 1 snap in a row so far. McCown moving out to the right, has a spy on him, can't get too much further, but he does pick up about 5 yards. Could have had a 1st down if the guy hadn't been watching him in coverage, but nobody open, so he decides to scramble right there. 3rd down and 5 now. Josh McCown going over the middle and misfires on that one. I believe he was looking for Ardarius Stewart, and so the Jets are going to have to settle for a field goal right there. 2nd down and 10. And now Blake Bortles handing off to Chris Ivory, making his way up the middle, and it's going to take 3 men to drag him down. Marcus May couldn't do it by himself. A big run for Chris Ivory. Gets the Jaguars almost to midfield. Bortles dropping back on 1st down and 10. Gets hit as he throws, but gets it out to Chris Ivory with a spin move, and he's going to be speared down from behind by Leonard Williams, who's having a very good season so far. Not quite the sack totals you would want, but that's going to happen with the interior defender. 2nd and inches now for the Jaguars at the other 45. And that play is going to be sniffed out by Leonard Williams. Not given credit for a sack right there. Interesting scoring. 3rd down and 7. Jaguars looking for a conversion. And going left to Marquise Lee. Tiptoes that one. He's going to get the necessary yardage. Jacksonville moves the chains. From the 45, 1st down and 10. Ivory in the backfield. In a shotgun look. Play action fake. Bortles going over the middle. Quick strike to Ladarius Green. He is taken down by Darren Lee in coverage. Nice to see Lee making some coverage plays. 2nd down and 3 now. Blake Bortles calling some audibles at the line. And he's going to get a draw out to Chris Ivory. And it is taking many people to take him down as he shed the tackle of Leonard Williams and then had to be taken down by 3 different people in the secondary. 2nd down and 10 after getting stuffed on the 1st down. Blake Bortles going right side, and a great break on the play by Allen Robinson. Marcus Williams couldn't keep up with him, just didn't have the speed, and was really just outplayed. 1st down and 10, 19. Jaguars in the red zone. Plenty of time in the pocket, but it quickly collapses, and Leonard Williams beats Caleb Brantley in the backfield to take down Blake Bortles. Makes it 2nd down and 17 from the 25-yard line, and make it 2nd down and 22, as that is a false start. Getting a little too eager on the play, Jacksonville. 2nd down and 22 now. from the 30, and that is going to push it back another 7 yards. And so Jacksonville is going to be looking at 2nd down and 27 from the 35, almost out of field goal range. And what are we going to see here? Looks like it's going to be a run, and Chris Ivory trips over the ankle of Cam Robinson just in the way. And so he's not going to get very much on that play. Not that it would have mattered anyway because the Jets were right there. 3rd down and 26 now, and broken up, almost an interception by Marcus Williams as the Jets holding Blake Bortles in check so far. It looks like they are going to get a field goal off that drive still, but unable to reach the end zone. Josh McCown under pressure, but he's going to get this one out to Austin Safarian-Jenkins. It looks like that's about a 25-yard play, as it is going to move the Jets to the 42. 1st down and 10, offset shotgun play to the left. Elijah McGuire getting the carry, breaking a couple tackles, and he is going to pick up about 10 yards, it looks like. This is going to call it 9. 2nd down and 1. And now Powell in the game, and he is not going to get the play. This is going to be a screen to Robbie Anderson, and this is going to be a fumble, it's called on the field. Antoine Blake picks it up, and it looks like he is going to run it all the way back. But we'll take a look in a second and see if this was actually a fumble. It looked like Robbie Anderson actually caught it and then dropped it at the last moment, but did not have possession. We'll see right here. Goes to break for the screen, catches it, but it is broken up before he hits the ground. And so it is not a fumble. The touchdown is erased. It makes it 3rd down and 1 now. And Josh McCown going left, Ardarius Stewart, and it is broken up at the last second. Looked like he had it, but going to be a punt. 2nd down and 7, and botch snap right there, but Blake Bortles handles it pretty cleanly. Chris Ivory picking up about 6 yards on the play, and he's having an up and down day. A couple big runs, but not really doing a whole lot. 3rd down and 1 from the 40-yard line. Bortles pressure coming, gets it out to Ivory on the screen, and he is taken down before he can get any further down the field. Thankfully, it might have been a touchdown if he was not stopped. Jacksonville calling a timeout after that play. 2nd down and 4, and that is jumped by Muhammad Wilkerson, it looks like. And that is going to give Jacksonville a 1st down on what they are going to be calling a encroachment. Muhammad Wilkerson is responsible. 1st down and 10 from the 42. Screen being set up once again, and this one almost dove at. Chris Ivory picking up about 8, it looks like, on this play. And Jacksonville is going to call their 2nd timeout. 2nd down and 2 now. Shotgun look once again, and you are probably going to see smarter plays out of Leonard Williams than that. That was ugly. They are going to call encroachment once again. Just way too soon on the jump right there. You got to be better than that. From the 29 now, Jacksonville inching their way down the field due to Jet penalties. Bortles with time, going over the middle, and nobody is anywhere near Ladarius Green. However, he cannot quite reach the end zone and be stopped at the 2-yard line. A 27-yard pickup. 2nd down and goal, Blake Bortles dropping back, and pressure is coming. Shakes off one sack and is going to be taken down eventually by Sheldon Richardson. Pushes him back to the 5-yard line. Only 4 seconds left. Jacksonville is going to be forced to settle for a field goal. Opening now this second half, Blake Bortles is not going to be given a whole lot of time, and that is Yannick Ngakoue, player that a lot of people liked after his breakout season in 2016. 3rd down and 17. McCown moving around in the pocket, going over the middle, and that one is picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he is going to be taken down. Off-target throw. Not quite high enough, and that is going to be picked off to start out this half. 41-yard line, Jaguars operating in a shotgun, and this is going to be out to Allen Hurns, and he actually gets dragged a little bit forward as Blake Bortles starting to improve on the day now, 14-19 after a 7-12 start. From the 30 now, play action. Bortles going over the middle deep, and that one is almost picked off by Marcus May. He still does not have an interception on the season. That would have been his first. 2nd down and 10 from the 30 now. Bortles with the draw to Chris Ivory. Plenty of room up the middle, and he is eventually taken down by Marcus Williams, who is playing a little bit far back right there. 3rd down and 1 situation now for the Jet defense. It looks like they're going to call movement. We'll see who gets the flag for this one. Looks like it might be the Jets, and they're going to call a neutral zone infraction on Muhammad Wilkerson. A very, very questionable call right there. It could have gone either way. There was movement on both sides. Jacksonville 13-6, and that is not something you can do. Muhammad Wilkerson looks like losing his temper in this one, as he is going to be encroaching, and that is going to be another 5 yards, as maybe you got to think about sitting him down right now. Might be a little bit too hot-headed after that last penalty. 1st down and 5 from the 11-yard line, and this one is picked off by Jamal Adams, but he takes it out of the end zone, and that is a rookie mistake right there. Jamal Adams Could have just kneeled it down. Instead, tries to return it and gets taken down at the 1-yard line. Jets take over at the 1-yard line now, and this is going to be just a handoff to Matt Forte going up the middle. They're only going to give him a couple yards on that one, though. And a new quarterback has entered the game for the New York Jets. The Jets were sick of what they were seeing out of Josh McCown. Christian Hackenberg comes in operating out of his own end zone, almost gets sacked, and his first pass is going to be an incompletion. And it looks like there's an injury on the play as well. It's not Christian Hackenberg, fortunately enough. 3rd down and 8 now, play action play. And having to avoid a couple of sacks, Bilal Powell is going to pick this one up. And that is a free first down and another 20 extra yards. You cannot do that, Paul Posluszny. That is a face mask, and that is going to put the Jets at about the 22-yard line after the penalty is accepted. 2nd down and 11 now after losing 1 yard on 1st down. Hackenberg standing tall in the pocket, going right side, and that one just a little bit off target, and a great recovery by A.J. Boye on the ball. And now play action on 3rd down and 11. A flag is going to be on the play, and Tashawn Gibson is going to pick that one off. So Tashawn Gibson has now picked off 2 New York Jet quarterbacks. However, we will take a look at who the penalty is on before drawing conclusions, and it is going to be a holding penalty, and guess who committed this one? What a surprise, Calvin Beachum. Jacksonville is going to take over at the 25-yard line now, and the Jet defense looking to hold once again. They can't give up too many more points, or this one might be out of reach. Allen Robinson breaking a tackle, going to get down to the 9-yard line. A good pickup right there, so the Jags have a good opportunity to score. See if they can make that score worth 6 and not 3. And play action for Blake Bortles. Jets weren't expecting that one. Fortunately, Blake Bortles is not a very fast quarterback, so the Jets are able to stop him at the 8-yard line, picking up only 1 yard. Now 2nd down and goal, a little bit of movement. They're not going to call it. Chris Ivory spinning away, and he's going to be tackled down, but there is a flag on this one, and it looks like they might be dinging the Jets for a face mask right here. And it actually looks like it is going to be a holding call on the offense, interestingly enough. That is going to push Jacksonville back to the 15-yard line. A deadly penalty right there. And there is movement along the line once again. And this one looks like it was on the rookie, Caleb Brantley. Not seeing a whole lot of snaps so far, so maybe just poor field awareness, not being used to the hard count. They're going to call this one a neutral zone infraction, and is going to put the Jaguars at the 10-yard line instead of the 15. And so operating now out of the shotgun at the 10-yard line, Blake Bortles with 2 more opportunities to get this one into the end zone. And Chris Ivory running to the right side, stopped by Jamal Adams just in time, just saving the touchdown right there. Averaging 5 yards a carry, but really a couple big carries and nothing else. And there's movement once again on the Jets defensive line, it looks like, from the 3-yard line. And that is going to be a neutral zone infraction. And it's going to be going against Muhammad Wilkerson. I believe that's Wilkerson's 4th penalty in the game, at least 3rd. 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Not really giving a whole lot of ground on that one. Chris Ivory running up the middle. Stop. Fumbles in the end zone. Demario Davis is going to be taken down. No opportunity to screw this one up. And that is 2 turnovers in the end zone now forced by the Jets. We'll see if they can capitalize. They're only down 7 right now. Hackenberg dropping back, going over the middle to Ardarius Stewart. A well-placed pass right there. And that is going to pick up 17 yards. So looking to bounce back from the interception, doing a good job so far. 2nd down and 10 now, dropping back, going to the right side on the flat 2. Matt Forte tries to spin, can't quite get it off in time. Only going to pick up 5 right there. And it's hard to spin away from 2 people than it is to spin away from 1. 3rd down and 6 now, Powell in the backfield. Shotgun look, Leggett in motion. Play fake, rolling right, Hackenberg going to Jordan Leggett, and he's going to pick up just enough. He spins one guy out, but he's going to be taken down by a second. And that is going to get the Jets just across midfield. Jordan Leggett's 3rd catch on the afternoon, 22 yards. 1st down and 20 after a holding penalty. And this looks like it might be a option play. And Hackenberg's going to keep it, and he is drilled. And it looks like he is going to be down on the field. Maybe a head injury or upper body injury of some sort. He is holding his shoulder. And that looks like he is not going to be able to return. Bryce Petty is going to take over for the Jets at quarterback, so no more Josh McCown unless Petty also gets injured. Kembrell Tompkins getting the look right there, not somebody we've seen much of so far this season. There's a flag down on the play, and it looks like the Jets offense is going to be responsible for this one. Calvin Beachum, once again with the holding. 2nd down and 33 now. Matt Forte getting this one. And he is going to pick up about 15 yards right there. So Bryce Petty completing his first pass of the season. Makes it 3rd and 19, which usually isn't more manageable than other situations, but in this case it is. And Petty going over the middle to Ardarius Stewart. And if he got it in there just a second earlier, he could have broke upfield. Instead, it's going to be a 4th down and 3 situation. And the Jets calling a fake. Chandler Catanzaro getting the run call. And you got to admire the idea, but it was not a very good execution of the play. 1st down and 10 now. Jacksonville taking over at midfield. And we'll see who this one is on. It looks like it is going to be another penalty against the Jets defensive line, as they are committing penalties left and right so far. This is Sheldon Richardson. Every defensive lineman for the Jets has committed a penalty today. This is insane. Even if they don't start, they're committing penalties. 2nd down and 2 now. Ivory up the middle, and that is going to be another penalty. And Darren Lee, you can't take him down by the face mask. We know that you're not a very big linebacker, but you can't do things like that. That is going to give Jacksonville the ball at the 26-yard line, almost in the red zone. Looks like Darren Lee knows what he did wrong, though, and he will try to improve upon it in the future. Now a handoff from the shotgun to Ivory, spinning off the tackle, going outside, and Josh Martin is going to take him down behind the line of scrimmage, so he's looking to take it outside. They actually end up losing 2 yards, and Josh Martin is going to be the one responsible for taking him down. Some backups in the game now. It doesn't matter, though, because they are still committing penalties for the Jets defense, and we cannot believe what we are seeing right now. And I can't believe that some of these players are still allowed in the game. This one's going to be against Leonard Williams. Down to the 23 now, 3rd down and 7. Marquise Lee in the slot, Robinson left, Hearns right. And looks like Yeldon in the backfield. Bortles with plenty of time to throw, going over the middle to the tight end, Ladarius Green. And he is decked by Jamal Adams, holds onto the ball. And thankfully for Ladarius Green, doesn't get injured. That's been a concern for him. 2nd down and goal from the 3. A play fake, and that is going to be Jamal Adams, Sheldon Richardson, and Steve McClendon finding his way onto the field for once. All combining for the sack right there that pushes Jacksonville back to the 10-yard line, making it a less manageable 3rd down. Handoff going to TJ Yeldon, shakes off one, but taken down, and that was just poor play calling on this part of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Make it 4th down and goal from the 13, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal. Bryce Petty, after a strong start, rolling left, taken down, and that was a poor blitz right there. And this is going to be another injury timeout. However, it does not look like it is going to be harming Petty in any way. You got to worry every time you see that injury timeout and the quarterback down on the ground, but it doesn't look like that is the case, as he is returning to the game for the next play. 2nd down and 20 now in a tight formation, and he is taken down once again. The offensive line just giving him no time right there. And Miles Jack, known more for his coverage skills at the linebacker position than typically being a good pass rusher, he gets credit for the sack right there. And Brian Winters is going to be the injured Jet on the previous play. 3rd down and 24 now from the 11-yard line. Petty going downfield for Robbie Anderson, cutting his way outside. And they are going to be not giving him a 1st down. 4th down and 1 they call it. It was a close play. And the Jets are going to go for it. They have their offense out on the field. Matt Forte in the backfield. Petty rolling right and running beyond the line. And he is going to pick this one up. There is a flag on the play. And it looks like this one might be going against the Jets. It is going to be a hold on the offense, Kelvin Beachum. 4th down and 11 now. The Jets are going for it once again. You don't really have anything to lose at this point in the game. Petty, pocket collapsing quickly, going for Ardarius Stewart down the field. It's bobbled, and it's caught by Ardarius Stewart, and we are going to have to take another look at this one. Broken up by A.J. Boye, bounced in the air, and still caught by Ardarius Stewart down the field. Going for the jump ball, Petty gets more than he could ever have hoped on this play. So Ardarius Stewart going down the field with A.J. Boye, trying to go for a one-on-one 50-50 ball situation. Stewart doesn't play it the greatest. It's broken up, tipped up in the air, but Stewart with the field awareness to continue to go for it. We'll take a look at it from Boye's perspective now. Covers him all the way, gets the jump on him. A great play as he was right in front of him, but it bounces straight up into the air, and it turns into a long touchdown. And now the Jets are within a field goal of tying this game up. Option play for Blake Bortles, and nobody on that side of the field. If he was actually fast, he probably would have scored right there. Just poor coverage by the Jets. Marcus Williams takes him down after a 13 or so yard run. 1st down and 10 now. 6 minutes left. An immediate flag on the play. Drop back for Bortles, and nowhere near the intended receiver on that one. It was either Allen Robinson or the tight end Ladarius Green. And they're calling that an offside, so it was a free play. Caleb Brantley, the offender on that one. 1st down and 5. From the 48 now across midfield. Jacksonville single back look, faking the handoff to Ivory. Bortles standing tall, pressure coming, rolling left. Nobody can catch up with him. He is taken down, but not before getting a yard or so ahead. They're still going to give Sheldon Richardson credit on the sack. though it really was not a sack. 2nd and 7. Now, Bortles with the fake handoff out of the shotgun, going right side to Allen Robinson on the screen, and this one is pursued by Jamal Adams, shoves him out of bounds, picks up about 20 beforehand, though. And so that moves the Jaguars down to the 30-yard line. Movement along the Jets defensive line, they're not going to call that one. Bortles going left side in a diving grab by D.D. Westbrook, the 5th-round rookie out of Oklahoma. And so he's making a couple plays in this game. 3rd down and 1 now from the 21-yard line, and that is movement, and they're going to call that one. Looks like it is going to be on Josh Martin on this one. And that is the call. It's actually on Devin Still, excuse me, playing as a substitute. Some of the Jets defensive linemen getting a little fatigued in this one. And another offside, and guess who it is once again? Devin Still committing back-to-back penalties for encroachment, excuse me, not offsides. And so that is going to give the Jacksonville Jaguars a free 10 yards. 1st down and 5 from the 11-yard line now. Shotgun look, Bortles, clean pocket, and going over the middle to Allen Robinson, and he is going to catch that one down to the 2-yard line. And so this is his 3rd grab of the day, warming up here a little bit in the 4th quarter with 2 big catches back-to-back. And now coming out with the fullback, it is the former Jet Tommy Bohannon playing the fullback position. Bortles, quick pressure, and that is going to be Corey Lemonnier on the sack, taking him down. And back to the 9-yard line. 8th sack of the afternoon for the Jets, as the New York sack exchange may be getting revived. 3rd down and goal from the 9, and that is a great pass to Allen Hurns. They're going to call him a yard short of the end zone, though. And so Jacksonville is going to take the 3 rather than going for it at the 1. Petty dropping back, pressure coming. This one goes to Austin Seferian-Jenkins, has a block, breaks a tackle, and is down after a pickup of 7. So down to the 32-yard line, as Petty is 5 for 5 to start out his afternoon. 2nd down and 3 from the 32, quick drop back, only a 4-step drop. Rolling right, Petty going to take off with this one and picks up about 7 yards right there. So showing mobility, the Jets' backup quarterbacks. All the Jets' quarterbacks today, actually. From the 39 now, pass right to Kenbrell Tompkins, breaks a tackle and picks up about 9. And this is the exact type of offense that the Jets expected to see so far, but just haven't had the quarterback to deliver on. Petty showing so far that he might be able to do it. That is going to be a wild overthrow of Ardarius Stewart, though. Don't even know where that pass was going. 4th down and 2 now with just 2 minutes left in the game. Petty standing tall, moving right, and cutting upfield. He is going to run for this one once again. Picks up about 6 yards right there, an injury timeout really quickly. We might catch up on that later, but probably not. 1st down and 10 from the 47. Petty rolling right on the bootleg and passing down the field. A great play by Ardarius Stewart on the comeback. And that is going to be Petty averaging 20 yards a throw so far on the afternoon. 31-yard line now after that play. A play-action fake, but quick pressure coming on the blitz, as that is going to be the linebacker Blake picking that one up. Antoine Blake down to the 39, 2nd down and 18. Going left side on the touch pass, and not a great decision right there, as that was almost picked off. 3rd down and 18 that is going to make it with a minute 22 left in this one. The Jets trying to drive down the field and get a score. Petty having to go downfield on this one. The tackles are giving up pressure. He goes to Bilal Powell. He's only going to pick up 4, but that is going to make it a little bit better of a situation to handle on 4th down from the 35 now. Petty with Forte in the backfield. Forte running out on a pass option and going down the field to Kenbrell Tompkins, and that is going to be a pickup of 23 yards. So not seeing a whole lot of looks before this game. Kenbrell Tompkins, I believe, now has 3 catches, one of which is called back by penalty. Going to the run now, Matt Forte down to the 8. And that was a quick play just to get a few yards. 2nd down and 7 now. Petty going over the middle to Ardarius Stewart. He's in the end zone, but there's a flag on the play, and it doesn't look like this touchdown is going to count, unfortunately, because he was wide open right there, and only 33 seconds left for Jacksonville to drive down the field. But James Carpenter commits the hold right there, and so that pushes the Jets back to the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 17. They can get to the 1-yard line and get a new set of downs, but with time winding out, there might not be enough time to do that. Petty trying to go for Stewart once again, mails this one out of the end zone, and so that makes it 3rd down and 17 now from the 18-yard line. Pistol look with Bilal Powell in the backfield, running on a pass option, a fumble right there, and Powell is going to come back for it quickly enough to recover, but that makes it the 25-yard line. So now 4th down and 23, and you got to imagine this is going to be a shot at the end zone, thrown up by 50-50 ball. A quick pass, right side to Robbie Anderson, and he almost caught it, but not quite. And so that kills the Jets' drive. And a close game here in the fourth quarter. A close game throughout. Never really taking the advantage for either side. Jacksonville is going to escape with a victory. Somehow, some way. Despite the Jets' best efforts, they cannot manage to score. The touchdown call back by a penalty really killed them at the end as they had a bunch of momentum, hoping to make a fourth quarter comeback. Just couldn't finish a job. But Bryce Petty showed a lot in this game as he led 2 near scoring drives for the Jets and gave them a chance in this one, but just could not overcome the Jaguars. Despite failing to come out on top with the win, though, Bryce Petty's performance was enough to earn him the Jets game ball. The Ardarius Stewart touchdown was quite a fluke, but he really breathed life into the Jets offense after Josh McCown and Christian Hackenberg just played poorly in their opportunities. If you take away Ardarius Stewart's touchdown, there wasn't really a whole lot to like in the receiving game, and the rushing game wasn't really a factor in this one, so by default, Bryce Petty pretty much got the game ball for this one. Our offense performed poorly. This was definitely a winnable game, and I'm extremely disappointed in the performances out of everyone pretty much all around. Defensively, the Jets turned in an excellent performance, but took way too many penalties. I believe they took around 15 penalties in this game, mostly along the defensive line, but just unacceptable performance in terms of penalties. And my game ball on defense is going to go to Demario Davis. Jamal Adams and Darren Lee played great, but they both made really big mistakes in this one. Darren Lee committing the face mask penalty, and Jamal Adams getting the ball out of the end zone on the interception, trying to go for a return instead of just kneeling it down. No defensive lineman was in consideration for this one, even though I thought Leonard Williams played dominant. The defensive line as a whole played really well, but I think that the penalties disqualified them from getting the game ball in this one. Demario Davis had 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, and a sack on the afternoon, and played pretty well in pass coverage from what I could see. A good performance without really any big mistake holding him back. He was comparable to the rest of the top performers on the team and didn't do anything that really killed the team this afternoon, so that is going to be the game ball winner on that side. And once again, the Jets held an opponent under 300 yards but could not find a way to win. So, going to have to see if they can improve upon that going forward. Anyway, that is going to do it for this edition of Jet Football. Next week, the Jets travel to the Dog Pound to take on the Cleveland Browns, the NFL's worst team in 2016. We'll see if the Jets can take a winnable one to move back to 2-3 after dropping today's game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more Jets franchise and Madden 18.